Hello everyone, I'm Brian Dragon, and welcome back to David Bellamy's Endangered Wildlife.
A baby whale called a calf is between 13 and 16 feet long and weighs almost 1.5 tons. Humpback whales have grey-black ballenes, long strainers in their mouths that look like combs. They take huge gulps of ocean water into their mouths, then squirt the water out through the baleen. Any fish or shrimp caught in the strainers get munched for lunch.
Hello again, my friend. I see you've been hard at work and very successful, too.
We've just received a very exciting report from our Pacific Ocean Station.
It seems they've just sighted humpback whales for the first time in years.
It must be your work with the Interlink that has brought these beautiful animals into our time.
While you have come far and seen so much, there's still more to be done.
The pictures will guide you to the animals that are still in need of your help. Go now, and good luck!
Okay, now, why don't the other ones get videos? Yes, I'd like to see his picture. But no...
When people began to live on the Galapagos Islands, they brought trouble. Cats, dogs, donkeys, rats and other animals. Pretty soon the islands were overrun with species it wasn't ready to handle, and the tortoises were the ones to suffer. At least 2 subspecies are entirely extinct.
Are on the... What? Oh, a crater. Eggs. H-E-L-L-S. Yes, indeed. Plants. Sensory. Rainy season? I'm going through a bit of a rainy day myself. I have no idea. Islands? Okay, let's see. Tortoise. Raft, of course. Puddles. Eggs. Water. sleep.
Millions of years ago, the tortoises cruised to the Galapagos Islands on huge rafts of floating vegetation. Scientists think some tortoises floated from South America to the Galapagos Islands. When big pieces of vegetation like seaweed washed ashore, the curious tortoises hopped on. Then the tide came in, and whoosh, the rafts and tortoises floated away. After a long journey, the rafts and their tortoise stowaways came ashore on the tiny Galapagos Islands.
Yeah. I'll get to that later.
In 1835, a naturalist named Charles Darwin sailed from Great Britain to the Galapagos Islands on a ship named the Beagle. Darwin studied the giant tortoises and saw the difference in size and design of the shells between the tortoises on the wet and dry islands. From his study, Darwin came up with a theory that over the ages the tortoises had changed to fit their environment. Darwin later found that almost all animals have changed in one way or another to adapt to their changing environment. This has become known as Darwin's theory of evolution.
Oh, there we go.
The Galapagos giant tortoise is a creature of habit. The tortoise will always go to the same places to eat and to sleep.
Oh.
You found one, find two more.
Okay.
During the rainy season, the giant tortoises love to hang out in large puddles for hours. When it's dry, they trudge slowly to make the long journey to find water. Over the centuries, thousands of tortoises have made the same turtle track until they've worn a path into the landscape.
There we go.
Giant tortoises love their vegetables. They can even eat plants that are poison to other animals without getting so much as a stomachache. The giant tortoise will eat almost any plant it can reach, even a prickly cactus. How much does a full-grown male Galapagos giant tortoise weigh? You're right, the largest male giant tortoises can be 4 feet long and may weigh up to 600 pounds. On the dry islands, sometimes it doesn't rain for months, so the tortoise goes without drinking water for a long time. But as soon as the rainy season starts, it's a tortoise stampede for the nearest mud puddles.
H-O-B-E-L. No. Not spade either.
Giant tortoises sleep about 16 hours each day. They'll snooze in the shade, but puddles are the bed of their choice. Turtles were around since before the dinosaurs. The earliest fossils date from the Triassic period, about 200 million years ago.
You found two, The solution will lie under number 3.
You can't ride it, but the shell of a dry island tortoise looks like a saddle. That's why these tortoises are called saddlebacks. The shell behind their head is scooped up so they have room for their necks to stretch and reach the leaves on high branches.
Ah.
The unique geographic location of the Galapagos Islands makes some of the islands dry and some rainy. A mixture of warm and cold water currents surround the islands and bring unusual weather conditions, causing rain to fall on some islands and none to fall on others. The Galapagos giant tortoise is found only on the Galapagos Islands, a chain of islands on the equator off the western coast of South America. The female digs a nest in a dry, sunny area for her eggs. She lays her eggs, covers them over and leaves. Her children never know her and grow up entirely on their own. In 1959, Ecuador declared any inhabited parts of the Galapagos a national park where the tortoises are protected from people. By 1970, it was illegal to remove any giant tortoises from Ecuador, even if they were raised in captivity. The park authorities work hard to keep the rats on the islands from eating the tortoise eggs. Sometimes the rangers dig up the eggs and take them to the Charles Darwin Research Centre, where the baby tortoises are raised and then released where they can fend for themselves.
There we go.
In dry weather, the tortoises' shells keep water from evaporating from their bodies. To get a little shade on scorching days, a tortoise just draws its legs and head into the shade of its shell. The Galapagos giant tortoise can live for over a century. That's over 100 years.
Komodo Island Monitor.
The only thing threatening a Komodo dragon besides another Komodo is people. As people move into the islands of the Lesser Sunda, the Komodo dragon's homes have got smaller and the animals they eat have been killed off to make room for people. No one denies that the dragons can be dangerous. They've attacked humans and often hunt farm animals, so people naturally defend themselves and their property. It's pretty hard to come up with a plan for both Komodos and people to live together peacefully.
Saliva. On 6. Armor. Yeah, don't know why it says Komodo Island Monitor, but then refers to it as a Komodo Dragon. And run. mean, that's what I'm more commonly heard them referred to as. Don't know anyone who refers to them as Komodo Island monitors. Paste. Since when? Every book or website I've ever seen these creatures, or even documentary I've ever seen them on, refer to them as Komodo dragons. Homes. Not habitat, but same beginning letter. Laws. Oh, okay.
Komodo monitors are also called Komodo dragons. These fierce lizards look a lot like mini dragons with their scaly skin and long, sharp claws. How long is a Komodo dragon? That's right, at 10 feet long, a jumbo Komodo dragon is about as big as a small family car. In fact, just by raising its head, it could peek in the car's windows. They stand about 3 feet tall and some weigh over 350 pounds.
Yeah, I knew that.
You found one, find 2 more.
Komodos are found in the Lesser Sunda Islands, which include the island of Komodo. An estimated 5,000 Komodo dragons live in the wild on 6 different Indonesian islands. Some of the islands the Komodos live on are too tiny to show up on the map.
Okay, so where was I?
You found 2. The solution will lie under number 3.
The Komodo has thick grey skin with scales that hang loosely from its body in folds and looks like it's wearing a suit of armour. In America, armour is spelt A-R-M-O-R.
Yeah, they're weird.
If you came face to face with a Komodo dragon, you'd probably get pretty nervous. It has wickedly jagged teeth and very heavy claws. Komodos may have inspired the flying, fire-breathing dragons of fairy tales. Maybe long ago an explorer reached the Komodo Islands and met up with a Komodo dragon. The Komodo ran so fast the frightened explorer might have thought it was flying. We all know Komodo dragons don't breathe fire, but due to its fondness of eating dead animals, it probably had the worst case of dragon breath on the planet. By the time our boastful explorer reached home, he applied a whole lot of imagination and turned his encounter with the Komodo into a heroic battle with a terrifying, flying, fire-breathing monster.
I don't know about that. There we go.
The ancestors of today's Komodo dragons were so big they hunted and ate the pygmy elephants that once lived in the lesser Sundas.
Yes, they were.
Komodo dragons taste the air with their tongues to see what interesting or tasty smells are floating around. Despite the torrid temperatures of their island homes, they do their hunting during the day. Komodo dragons are not very picky. If it's meat, they'll eat it. Even carrion, or dead animals to you and me, make a very tasty treat. A big Komodo can gobble down an entire pig in about 15 minutes.
Lizard. Let's see. Dragon. Oh. Swim. Monitor. Islands.
A person would have to really annoy a Komodo to get it to attack, but if someone did, they'd be sorry. The worst part of being bitten by a Komodo, beside being chewed on by a giant lizard, is an infection that can come from the Komodo's saliva. Sometimes a wound from a Komodo bite can be so severe that it never heals. Young Komodos are often in danger of becoming a lizard lunch for the bigger Komodos. To save their skin, the young Komodos climb trees just like cats. Most of the bigger dragons can't make it up the tree, so the young stay safe until they get a bit bigger. Today, only 350 breeding females remain among the 5,000 dragons left. Biologists are very concerned about how many of the breeding females will survive to have children. Also, because the dragons are found on only 6 islands, some biologists worry a contagious disease carried by a Komodo that swims from island to island could wipe out the Komodo population. This big lizard's official name is the Komodo Island monitor. A monitor's a kind of lizard that lives in Africa, the Middle East, Southern Asia, Indonesia and Australia. The Komodo dragon is the largest of all the lizards.
If it's the official name, why don't I ever hear it in any documentary or read it in any book or see it on any website or in any video? I didn't see that name in Zoo Tycoon. Why? Not even the Toronto Zoo lists it as a
Komodo dragons live between 20 and 30 years. Some could live to be 50 years old.
I mean, they don't list it as the Komodo Island monitor, they list it as the Komodo dragon.
Komodos are very efficient hunters. They can run at up to 30 miles an hour, swim very well, and until they get too big, climb trees. They may not be cute or cuddly, but they're definitely big, efficient hunting machines.
Our world is a beautiful place, so much more so now that we have the animals here with us.
My friend, we owe you a great debt. All the people of our time, the young and the old, will know the beauty of nature as it should be.
When we first contacted you, we had our doubts, but we had hope. You have brought our hopes and these animals to life simply by bringing knowledge to the people of your time.
Knowledge truly is a powerful tool. The more you teach the people of your time, the more they'll care.
The more people care, the more they will be willing to keep a place in our world for all of nature's wonderful creatures.
Thank you, and farewell, our true friend.
Yes, farewell, our friend.
And let's see, we've done the game, discovery game, so discovery tour. Let's look at that. So it's basically what the. Okay, so there's quite a bit more to explore, but you know, I'm gonna just call it here. This has been David Bellamy's Endangered Wildlife. Thank you for joining me.